Hey Negro, what's up?
Hey Taylor, what's poppin'?
Oh god.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just ready for this discussion we're about to have. Hi guys, I'm Tay.
I'm Jay.
And this is Jay and Tay.
Discussion
and today
forum.
we're gonna have a discussion.
Why you say it like that? You sound like, you know what, whatever. Y'all, we're gonna have a discussion today and it's gonna be about
The N-word. I'm not gonna say it because I'm a good person. Even though I have the right to say it because my people are allowed to say it. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get censored.
So where to start? Obviously everybody knows the word that we're talking about.
Is N-I-G-G-A, which is
Derivative.
of N-I-G-G-E hard R.
The hard R.
The hard R from the 1800 times.
Yeah, which is
segregation times.
why, like, if you say it with like the A, people gonna get mad. They gonna look at you and they might threaten to slap you. But if you say it,
that's if you're not part of us.
yeah. But if you say it like with the hard R, I think either way you're probably gonna get slapped.
You don't get killed. Like that's fighting words right there. So basically, when we have discussions, we're not really directing it towards you. It's you looking on the conversation that Jalen and I are having with each other. And then of course in the comments below, you can tap in and
say whether or not you agree or disagree or
and
throw
start
in
your own
2 cents.
discussion below, and maybe we'll probably answer you.
We like to learn.
Let's get started.
Alright.
Okay, Jalen.
Alright, Taylor. You go first.
I have to go first?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You wanna play rock, paper, scissors? Damn. Ha!
Fine. Alright, Jalen. What is your take on people of not blackness saying the N-word with the A at the end?
Okay, so because of the negative connotations that the word it derives from, the N-I-G-G-E-R, I don't believe anybody that's not of African descent should be able to say it.
Okay.
So,
Why?
and unfortunately, it includes Hispanics. I know some Hispanics like to say it, and yes, a lot of Hispanics, have African blood, but a lot of Hispanics also have a problem admitting they have African blood. So it's like, if you're not gonna outright admit it, then you don't also get the right to say a word.
Because you have to accept your ancestry.
You have to accept your ancestry.
Okay.
So for me, repeat your question one more time. I'm sorry.
What's your take on people who are black?
I think if you're not black, you shouldn't say it, because it's, for us, it comes from, the slave trade. The fact that was used as a racial term against us, as a racial slur. In turn, we flipped it into a term of endearment to, recognize one of our
brothers
own
and sisters.
So, it's just like, I'm at fault. I do this all the time. I'll say, I see somebody I know that happens to be, look like me. I say, oh, yo, what's up, man? And it sounds a lot better than that, but for purpose of the video, but
I mean,
can't really say the video though.
Fine.
Yeah. Me personally, I just don't think, if you're not African descent, if you don't claim that you're African descent, you can't say the word, because you obviously.
And those two things go together. So if you're white and you're trying to claim African descent, don't say it, because you're not a descendant of the slaves. Sorry, I just thought that was important to say, because Rachel Dolezal is out there trying to be black. So.
And that's just me. So how do you feel about it?
I think I agree with what you were saying. With all of it. I don't think if you're not black, you're not going to claim your blackness, if you are black descent, you shouldn't be able to say it, because it was basically, it's us taking a word that was made to oppress us for hundreds of years and turning it into something to lift us up and to just make us, it's basically our way of getting out of oppression and discrimination and racism and such. So I think only we should be able to use it, because at the end of the day, it's our jobs to like lift ourselves up in our community. We have to lift ourselves up, and we can't depend on outsiders doing it for us. So these baby steps will get us further.
I know there are people out there that say, if we're not gonna let one group of people say it, then nobody should let say it. I know my brother, who, he's not really my brother, but I spend enough time with him, and you might as well just be my brother. He's not just biological, basically. Anyways, he says that if we're not gonna allow anybody but ourselves to say it, then nobody should be able to say it. And I feel where he's coming from in that sentiment, but I also think people have to realize, the real origins of the word. Yes, everybody knows that the hard R version is the racial slur that they used against us in times of slavery and segregation. But what most people don't realize is that the word somewhat derives from...
It's an African word.
It's an African word.
It comes from the word negus.
That particular word derives from the fact that the Ethiopian kings were called Negus, Negus. That's what the Ethiopian kings were called. But that Nigger derives somewhat from the region of Niger in Africa, which is the countries of Niger and Nigeria. How do you say that?
Nigeria.
Is it Nigeria or Nigeria?
No, it's Nigeria and Nigeria.
Okay. Just had to clarify that.
No,
yeah.
I understand.
I don't know how to say the word, because it's the same root.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah, it's like the same root, but I know it's two different
pronunciations.
Yeah. We're getting off topic though.
Anyway, yes, I agree.
That's where the word comes from. I feel like we have to remember that this is a word that
we own the word, and I think that's what a lot of us forget. That at the end of the day, the word came from our people in Africa. So we need to reclaim what is ours. If we're gonna reclaim, if we are taking steps to reclaim our history, why not reclaim our history with the words that we already owned?
Right.
I'm just gonna say white people, because when I say white people, I don't mean Caucasian. I don't mean white Americans. I mean Western Europeans, but it's just easier if I don't have to say Western Europeans all the time. So I'm gonna say white people. So the whites at the time, what was I gonna say? Now I'm so upset because I got off topic. White people at the time took this word from us, and they took other things from us, and they tried to claim that the history that we had already made for ourselves wasn't our history, that black people had no history, that the only history,
how they try to whitewash Egyptian movies.
So the only history that they said that the only history that black people had was the history of being a slave, and that the only history that they had was the history that white people gave them. This is facts. This is in an article that I read from the time. So I think if we are already proving that, Egyptians were black, and African people had history in Kush and other regions, why not also take the history back of the words that we own? Why is it that us as African people, African descendants, don't know our language? This is one part of the language that we do know, even though it's not directly from.
The thing that bothers me about it is that, as much as we say it, there's not a lot of people that will go out and research the word and try to figure out where exactly
and the origins of it.
Yes, people can know okay, it's kind of derived from the GER version, but
where did the GER version come from?
That's nobody will look that up.
Language is something that builds on itself every single day. So the fact that you're saying it and you don't know why you're saying it is kind of silly.
For reasons why.
Also, back to what you said about your brother, thinking that one group of people, if only one group of people can say it, we shouldn't say it at all. I don't agree with that. Because there's so many other groups that have their own language, own words, that we either don't know or we can't say because it's not our place to say it. It's all about learning where your place is in the world, just knowing your privilege to say something or not to say something.
Right. It's I'm pretty sure there's terminology that Hispanics have that
they
would feel some type of way if
they don't want you to call them certain things. And gay people, they don't want you to call them faggots or stuff. You're not gonna go out of your way to call a gay person a faggot. That's wrong.
And you know, like, what's weird? Like, I learned this from the Boondocks. You can say the N word on TV. So, Bianca, Evan, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
You seem kind of nervous.
I'm not.
Alright, so I have some questions for you guys. Are you prepared to answer them?
You're ready.
Extra ready.
Extra ready?
Born ready.
Alright, so my first question would be, do y'all say the N word when you're alone?
Wait.
Do you say
It
it?
depends. Am I singing lyrics?
Yes. Are you singing lyrics? Okay, it's fine. I can't slap you unless you say it in front of me. It's fine.
That's understandable.
I sing.
Do you?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I do this sing.
That's all. So, how do y'all like, what's like y'all personal feel on people that aren't black saying it?
Well,
Depends on if they feel sorry about it.
so you
I
should
like-
just keep saying it and just keep being sorry.
No, but if it like slips up or something, you're like, oh, sorry.
I think after talking to Taylor and I've been more conscious of like skipping over it in songs, I feel like white people just shouldn't say it. But I do sing it in songs. That's like literally the only time. I taught someone something. Okay, sorry. Continue.
So it's like, I mean, like, it's kind of a common, you know, we kind of accept the fact that everyone says our word when it's in a song, even if we're not around. But it's like, even if we are around, some people sometimes say it, and then we just gotta give them.
In the song?
Yeah, we just gotta give them.
So I can't sing songs in front of you?
No, you can just.
So is it singing or when they just say it? Like, have you heard Thug Life by 21 Savage?
So not the same thing. I think you're just being complicated.
Bianca, this is not the same principle. This is not the same
I
principle.
thought you just said singing. That's all.
It's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, it's just like, we know everybody says it when we're not around, so it's like, we've come to just accept the fact that if no one says it to our face, then we're fine. But, like, if we're just around and somebody says it, then it's like an automatic, you just trigger for
It just makes it weird.
Yeah. It's kind of awkward because it's just like, you're predisposition to think, dang, he calling me the N-word. But it's like, no, it's not really like that. So I guess the whole thing is just like, I'd rather like, just nobody else should say it unless you look like us. But
Yeah. But I'm allowed to sing.
yeah, you're allowed to sing it.
Awesome.
Just not in front of me.
Okay, no music in front of Jalen.
I'm gonna pretend like I don't hear it. How about that?
Okay.
So what about you, Evan?
I just don't think it's a good thing that should be in our like vocabulary still. You know.
So just for
Because
everybody?
because in history, like it's just a negative word.
I feel that.
You know.
So you think just like nobody should say it regardless?
I mean, like
Not
it's
even in songs.
still definitely a thing where like people are gonna do it, but like it shouldn't be. And like hopefully eventually in the future it changes so that it's not.
So you think there's ever gonna be a point in time where
If rappers stop using it in their songs.
I mean, yeah, as long as it's like not like normalized in like culture and shit, then it won't exist.
So do you think we're getting to that point where the word is starting to become normalized? It's just
I
something
mean,
that
it is, and that's I think why like it's so like common to like people say it.
I don't ever hear a white person say it, but I do hear it all the time in songs, and that's why I keep bringing up the song thing. Like, I always hear it in songs, but like,
yeah.
for the most part, I don't really hear what people say.
But it's just, it's always. I think it's just something that's just, you know, me and Taylor had this talk. You know, because it's something that we flipped into a term of endearment. I feel like it's something that's always probably gonna be there, even if it might not necessarily need to be there. But that's how I personally feel about it. I think it's definitely a word that's probably, in my opinion, never going to go away. But I think there's a way that we can separate the negative stigma that the word has when it's being derived from the ER.
So you're saying a soft R is okay?
No, I'm talking about the A is okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's my turn for questions. We've had this discussion before about the N-word. Sorry, there's something in my mouth. We had this discussion before.
Under your mouth?
In my, like, anyway. We had this discussion before on the N-word, and I think you guys know my views on it. But to delight the audience in the world. Hi, audience in the world.
Ayo!
Hi.
We're just gonna go in a less abrasive manner than Jalen about the N-word and in depth. So he already asked you like what you think about the N-word in rap songs and stuff. And my question is for you guys: what do you think the African American community should do about the N-word? There's no wrong answers. I really just want insight.
I think it describes themselves. So honestly, if they choose to use it, it's on them. But I think personally they shouldn't, just because of the fact that it's like a negative term in history. No.
Okay.
Can you say the question again? So I don't like answer it the wrong way.
No, what do you think African American people should do about the N-word?
About it?
Yeah, like what
Okay, well,
role
if-
should they take in it? Like should they like stop using it altogether? Should they like still use it? Like what should they do?
Oh.
I think that like, I don't know, like Spanish people like don't walk around calling each other like spics. That was exactly what I was gonna say, but I did not want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like even though it's like a term of endearment, like if you want to move forward, then you're just gonna have to leave it behind and come up with something new.
Okay. Evan, what were you gonna say?
Who actually like started that term?
So
That's what I want to know.
I can't tell you exactly who started.
But like, was it like
No.
the white people?
So
or?
what happened is
It's
that
derived from the word Negro, right?
negus, right? Negus is an African word. It was used by, what was it, Egyptian kings? Ethiopian kings and like royalty. Negus described their status. Then Nigeria, like they have the NIG already set up. So white people went there. I'm not using like white people in the right. Like I don't want you to think that. But so when colonizers went to like Nigeria, since the word was already there, they called those people hard R.
Okay.
So
it's like
because,
calling a Native
Nigeria-
American.
Yeah,
like
but so they called
Niger.
like Niger, so they called them hard R. I'm not
So
gonna
it's
say
like calling a Native American an Indian, basically, kind of.
no,
Cool.
because like
It's like calling them like a redskin.
yeah, because it wasn't used as their like nationality. It was used as all of these people are
Derogatory term.
yeah. So then after that, fast forward like hundreds of years later, African American people decide that they want to take the term and use it to not be so oppressive anymore. So that's how it ended up with the A at the end. So that's like how the word is.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, but just like, I would just come up with a new term altogether.
But it's not that easy because now you have all these
Yeah,
people.
it's just
Like I get
all
what you
their
guys are
own.
saying.
Okay,
Like,
what about homie?
what's wrong with homie?
Nothing's wrong with homie. Why don't we just all use that?
Okay, but then
Like,
you
really?
realize like we would be the people to start it. So everything about words and culture and stuff, it starts with like a small group of people. That's how change
We
is
should look
made.
up who invented the word homie, like what group of people did. Because if they say that African American people did, then
But then everyone uses homie. And I think,
fine.
yeah,
We should all be able to say everything. We all have mouths.
okay,
As long as it's not racist.
exactly.
So, like, why do you need something specific?
It's just used in that community. I understand where you're coming from,
It's just we
But
as
it's-
white people don't have something we white people call each other.
but you could if you wanted to. You have the privilege to.
But we don't.
No one's stopping you from having it though.
Right, but people might get offended if we did it and told them not to say it.
But if they didn't, then they're hypocrites. They're stupid because they're hypocritical.
We should do that and see if that happens.
You guys come up with the O word, right? And change
Start calling
and make your
each other.
own word.
Start calling
and you
us
can call each other.
crackers. Not the hard R.
So and not do hard R.
Wait, what did she say?
Because it's
Say
like
it.
Crackers. With like an A.
so if you
Yeah.
want to have a word for the white community, then you can go ahead and have it. I think the reason why smaller minorities have it is because those minorities were oppressed once upon a time. We're still oppressed. So those
Just
words
call each other
are
snowmen.
for those communities.
I understand.
So in my eyes, it's like a cultural thing. It's not like I think it's different because I come from a different background. As in, like I'm not just African American. I'm also Jamaican. Yes.
Okay, you can cut this out, but I just wanted to answer that. for me, I feel like it's different because like this is something that people were oppressed with. It's not like a bunch of black people were sitting around there like, let's have a nickname, let's call ourselves new. You know what I mean? So like for you saying like, why can't white people have a word? It's not like
You can't. It's not saying
right,
you
but
can't.
it's not like black people woke up and was like, what can we call ourselves today? Like this is something that we tried to make it positive because it was like, you know what I
Right,
mean?
you
So,
reclaim
like,
the word.
right, so like that would just be
Right.
like if white people like I'm not saying it would
Have
be
you guys seen Shameless?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't.
retard nation?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
but
haven't
so
seen
like
it.
also I feel like
You guys weren't here for the beginning of the video. Continue what you were saying.
yeah, no, but so like for white people, like they never, you guys didn't have like, I mean not you personally obviously, but like white people didn't,
Colonizers. Just say colonizers.
I'm not
colonizers in general. I don't know, but I mean Spain
White
is a
European,
colonizer country,
say.
so
I
like,
mean, that's from South America.
no, I know, I'm just saying like in
If you were
general.
born here.
I'm saying like in general,
But I was also born
colonizers
here, and I'm Jamaican American.
are,
That makes sense.
you know, you,
She was born here. What?
yeah.
I was just saying you're not white, but you were born here. You said I was born here.
I mean, I identify as like Asian white, like I'm not,
Asian American.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still like half white.
Right.
Yeah. But like just in general, like colonizers didn't have to go through that same oppression. Like they didn't have these hardships that they're trying to get past. And people talk about racism like it was hundreds and hundreds of years ago. We just ended segregation. There are still people living,
Did we?
like Ruby Bridges just
60s.
turned,
Right.
what, 90? Ruby Bridges just turned 90. She's still alive.
But segregation's still awful, like really awful. But when slavery ended, when was the emancipation? Like
150 years ago.
No, it was
Look at
it was
you.
it was
It's
like
like
18.
1860.
basically she's trying to say it's still prevalent, like it's not over racism. You know what I mean?
Right, and so
Still-
it's just kind of like, to me, it just feels a little bit like attention seeking when white people say, oh,
We
well,
don't
why
actually
can't
know.
we have something too? Because like,
No,
What
no,
if
but
we all-
there's groups of people that say that.
What
Like
if-
that.
No,
when you think about like Black Lives Matter, like why can't we have a
I
lives
say white lives matter, but like it's not the same thing.
Feminists.
Or like,
But it's
oh,
not
no.
like
Okay,
it's not like
yeah.
here's a
what we're,
perfect
like, we're on
example
our own
of what
shit.
it is. So in whatever the 1900s, the NAACP was formed, right?
Yeah.
That's the National
Association for the Advancement of
Association for the
Colored
Advancement of Colored People. Then there was this one guy, and he said, "Oh, why can't white people have a WWAACP?" But they don't know, like they didn't know what an NAACP stood for.
Right, but it's like why
So they said a W. So the NAACP is National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and he said, "Why can't we
Have a WAACP,
WAACP?"
which doesn't make sense.
So he didn't even know what he was talking about, but he automatically wanted it to be, "Why can't
You
this
just want
be?"
to like
I think-
make his
Oh,
own
why?
thing.
So that's what
Right,
I'm
but it like
saying.
doesn't make sense because like if
I think-
you haven't been oppressed, it's like why would you want to
Right.
have
And so
that?
I feel like, yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
And I feel
we
like
don't
there's,
want these
Can we
things.
pause?
Yeah,
Didn't he ask for like a White Panther?
he actually did.
yeah, he did. No, but I feel like, yeah, I
That was
feel
more
like it's
just
like,
a joke though. I was
no, I know, but like, just, to me, it feels like colonizers and their ancestors are already at this level. And so every other
Right.
minority, you know, whether it be LGBTQ plus, you know, it's African Americans in this country, they're all down at this level and they're trying to work their way up. They're trying to get to this
To be
level.
honest,
So for
we
you
don't
to
even
be like,
have
why
we don't
can't
even
we?
have
It's
to
like-
think about it as like a race thing, and we don't have to think about it with a sexual orientation thing.
Yeah, it's
We can stop it right at sex
We should have
thing,
interviewed Leah.
because women and men have had this battle
right, forever.
forever, where women were always subservient, like.
Women only gained the right to
That's
vote
actually not
less
true.
than 100 years ago.
That's actually not true. Women were always subservient to men. I read that at one point women were being like oppressed because they were held on such a pedestal. Like, you're so delicate, like you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything because they care about you so much. So at one point, like they were held so high that like that's why they.
No, yeah,
It's
but I'm
also
saying
to
like.
do with the culture.
But they were never equal.
Because there's
is what
some
I'm saying.
cultures that women are like.
I mean, like the whole point of Black Panther was basically to show that, like, in most African societies, like the woman is like the jewel.
She's a jewel.
A lot of times
So we're not saying that
Am I the
it's.
jewel?
in non-European countries, there are matriarchal countries where they have women pass down their last names and women pass down their traditions rather than the man, and women are the queens of their countries rather than have kings.
Yeah.
But just
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys have any questions for me? You guys can literally ask me anything I'll answer
Or me.
pertaining to this topic.
Or moi, toi.
What is
You
the
can-
most irked you've ever been by someone saying the N-word? Tell me
What's the
story.
most irked?
Like, tell me the worst time where you were like, wow, hold the phone.
Or has there ever been a time where you like absolutely had to say something because like someone was bothering you so much?
Or has anyone ever called you hard off?
And like meant it in like a mean way.
They threw about. Yeah, I've been called hard R before, and I was walking down the street, like I was walking to like a park or something by my grandparents' house, and people like they were like I would say they're redneck because like that's what it looked like to me. But so there was like a whole group of guys of them, like they were in a car and a big pickup truck, and I was walking, and it was like bright outside, and they threw an empty beer bottle at me. It didn't hit me, but like it broke next to me, and they said, "Hey nigger, like get the fuck out of here." I was like young, I just didn't I didn't even know what to do with myself. I was like skating. Just imagine like little 13-year-old Taylor like skating down the street and she like
You can't really let people
got
like
harassed.
that. You can't let people like that.
Like, they were,
get
like,
to you, though.
Yeah, not now,
'Cause
but
in
like
reality,
back
they're
then.
only doing that shit because it's like insecurities of themselves.
Exactly. So back then, like obviously I didn't have the same feel, but like now it's something I'm like, alright, like fuck you, like out my face. But like back then it was like it was the first time
It's
I
probably
think.
scary, like, what if it did?
Yeah, because I thought they were gonna come and like attack me or something. It's like shoot, like I
Have you
just.
seen that movie where like these people took that girl and they assault her and then the dad comes in the courtroom and he kills the guy that did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like actually.
And then
That's
so
a true
and then
story.
I've had like my dad. He's with my little sister was with him, and he like a white person came up to him and harassed him. Yeah, and he had my little sister with him, and she was like 4 at the time. So like my dad was at the gas station. I was getting my hair done, so he was coming to like drop off food for me and stuff because I was starving. Because black people know that it's the hours of precious time to get your hair done good. So he was coming to drop off food, and like the gas station was like right by the hair salon I was at, and like the guy was like, hey nigga, like get the fuck out of here, why are you in my country, like get that devil spawn. He's talking about my sister, get that devil spawn out of this place because I don't want her here.
At the nail salon?
No, at the gas station. And mind you, this guy was drunk midday at a gas station. He was saying that's my My dad just like, what are you supposed to do? You have your 4-year-old daughter, we're gonna start fighting?
Yeah, you can't do shit.
So he like just left.
That's awful.
And it's like-
I would have just like told her like, hey, like don't mind him, like.
My sister's
Four.
4.
Yeah.
She's four.
So it's like
she would have understood. Like,
she's not like she didn't like I don't think she comprehended the fear. So at the end of the day, like how I think about it is like there's so many stories of these, like so many stories. Thank you for watching today's video.
Like and subscribe. Let us know what you want us to discuss next.
Leave a comment down below if you want to see another discussion like this, and we'll see you guys next week. Deuces.